grace of our Lord Jesus Christ, and the love of God, and the fellowship of the Holy Ghost, be with us all, evermore. Amen.
Police training colleges and textbook theory are all very well, but they are no substitute for what, Bellamy?
Experience, Sarge.
Exactly, Bradley. Experience. So then, Nicholson, off you go, town centre beat. Experience real people in real situations.
On my own, Sarge?
Sergeant. Yes, off we go.
Right. Brilliant. Thanks.
Right, we can't puppy walk him forever, but I still want him watched like a hawk. Understand?
Yes,
Sarge. Ventris, did you hear me? I want him kept an eye on.
Yes, Sarge. But I'm off on leave tomorrow. My fishing trip to Whitby, remember?
Yes, but you're still on duty now, so get on with it.
Well, I'm just going through my bibs and bobs before I leave.
Is this what you're looking for, Ventris? Your warrant card?
Oh, yes. Thank you. Wouldn't want to lose that.
Indeed not.
A week's peace and quiet. Oh, I can't wait.
Me and collars and ties don't get on well.
Not just your collar. I saw you yawning at the graveside. It creates a bad impression with the family, as does wolfing down all their sandwiches.
Harry, everything to your satisfaction?
All right for the money, I suppose.
Well, she was a great character, your mum. Certainly had a good innings.
And where did it get her?
We've buried her, Harry. Let's just...
What? Forget I've been robbed blind? £2,000 she had in that post office. It should have been mine.
It was her decision, Harry.
We should never have put her in that home. Me mum? Well, she were losing her marbles. She took advantage.
Who did?
That Hargreaves woman that runs the place. Old folks. They go in there. She wheedles round them, gets them to change their wills in her favour.
Harry.
Before you know it, bingo. They've snuffed it.
Hang on, Harry. These are very serious allegations about Mrs. Hargreaves.
I'll just pop in the post office and take you ladies shopping. Practising to be a tightrope walker?
You're too close to the junction.
Well, I can't pull back any further.
Then I suggest you move it, madam.
Oh, for goodness sake.
I'll have to give you a parking ticket.
Don't be ridiculous. You can see I've elderly passengers with me.
Everything all right, Nicholson?
This vehicle's causing an obstruction. It's parked too close to the junction, Sarge.
Sergeant?
And what are you going to do about it? Drag me to the station and beat me with rubber hoses?
There's no need to be flippant, Mrs. Hargreaves.
Well, it's absolutely ludicrous. We're only doing a bit of shopping.
Well, I suggest you go about your business and move your vehicle as soon as possible.
Good Lord. A policeman showing common sense. Whatever next? Oh, now look what you've done. Vera! Vera! Daphne!
Less than 15 yards. I measured it, Sergeant.
Mrs. Dobson was a patient of mine, yes.
Well, did you speak to her much before she died?
I attended her. What's this about?
Well, Harry Dobson's not happy that his mother left all her money to Betty Hargreaves at the nursing home.
Oh, isn't he?
Now, I do some investigative work from time to time, and Mr. Dobson's asked me to confirm that everything was above board.
In what way?
Well, he seems to think that Betty Hargreaves might have taken advantage of his mother's state of mind to influence her decision.
Well, that's nonsense. Betty's a first-class nurse. Gladys genuinely thought the world of her, and there was nothing wrong with her state of mind.
She died quite suddenly, I gather.
Yes, but she was terminally ill.
Was there a post-mortem?
It's common procedure with sudden death.
And?
And there was nothing untoward. Slightly higher than expected traces of morphine were found.
Really?
I must stress the levels were puzzling rather than alarming.
Fountain pen? Yes. What sort of value? Sentimental, I understand. Right, we'll leave it with us, sir.
Another one?
Fountain pen. Swiped at the post office.
Yeah. Well, I've had a silk scarf at the baker's and an umbrella from the wool shop.
You should have left me out there. You should always keep a visible presence.
Get that way.
Ashworthy Police.
Nothing much doing. Time for a brew, I reckon.
Not much to do. Hey, the phones haven't stopped ringing all day. There've been petty thefts reported all over town.
Right. Thank you very much. Goodbye. Another one. Aidensfield Arms. That Gina Ward reporting it. She's a right little cracker, don't you reckon?
Stuff's all from house clearances, gets auctioned off. And collected in your lorry.
What do you think he's going to give us a job then?
Well, he says he needs extra staff, so let's hope so. I'm tired of having you under my feet. And don't go rabbiting on when he asks you questions. Just stick to yes or no.
Hello, Bernie. It's the lad, is it?
Hi.
Yes. I'm David. Oh, my full name is David Stockwell. I've got a middle name because my mum and dad couldn't decide between Sydney, after my uncle Sid, or Glenn, after Glenn Miller. He had a band.
Got your own wagon, I hear, David.
Oh, yeah. Well, no, it's not exactly mine, so to speak, Mr. Greengrass. See, what happened was that... Yes, I've got a lorry.
Clean licence?
Well, it does get a little bit...
Yes, he has.
Right, well, let's give it a go, eh?
A packet of cigarettes and an expensive lighter. He popped to the gents, left them on the table, and when he came back, they'd gone.
We've had nothing like this for weeks, and now loads of incidents in one day.
Perhaps, Gina, you could scribble down the names of people, you know, who was present at the time.
Yeah, sure.
And we can cross-reference them with people seen at other places where thefts have occurred.
Oh, right, yeah. And the same name might crop up. That's clever.
It's perfectly ordinary police work. There's nothing clever about it.
All right, Phil. No need to labour the points. I'll get a pen and paper.
Much appreciated, Gina.
Don't go overboard. It's no trouble.
We're on duty. It's unprofessional flirting with members of the public.
Come on, Phil. It's public relations. Very keen on it at training college these days.
So let's see if I can help you find what you're looking for, eh?
Yes. Elizabeth Hargreaves, known as Betty. She's a state-registered nurse in her early 50s. And... Yes? Really? Are you sure? Thanks. Goodbye.
But it was Mr. Scripps' idea that I should, like, come and help him in the garage, because Mr. Vernon, he's gone away and he's taken the taxi with him. Well, then, he said that I'd lost his monkey wrench and that I should go and do something with a bit more get up and go, just so long as I got up and went, otherwise he'd have no tools left. So he took me to meet this bloke and he said, it'll be all right, just so long as you don't say too much.
And did you?
Did I what?
Say too much.
Oh, no. No, I couldn't have done because I got the job.
Oh, well, that's a relief. So what are you doing?
House clearing this is. You see, what I do is I go and I clear the house, and then you drive the stuff to the auction room and they sell it.
Oh, that sounds simple enough. And there's a lot of it about then, is there?
No. No, but Mr. Scripps, he said that there could be at any moment, so I've got to be, you know, like a coiled spring and all, like, ready to pounce. And I don't think I can do that.
I think you'll do that very well, David. Just you wait and see.
Yesterday's thefts were minor in themselves, but each one goes down as a recorded crime, which doesn't look good. So I want this nonsense cleared up, understood?
Yes, Sarge.
Might be something here, Sarge.
Sergeant. What is it, Nicholson?
I've compiled a list of people known to be at the scenes of crime. One person was present at every one.
Well done, Nicholson. Who is he?
She, actually. The woman who runs the nursing home. Betty Hargreaves.
What?
She was present at every one, even the pub.
You sure?
Gina says she popped in with some other old ladies. They had a milk stout. Shall I interview Mrs. Hargreaves?
No, Nicholson, I think not, in view of what happened yesterday with the parking incident. Bradley, get over to the nursing home, will you? See what Mrs. Hargreaves has to say. Be courteous, be discreet.
Yes, Sarge.
How come everyone else gets to call him Sarge but me?
Alf? What are you doing? I thought you were off fishing.
Mrs. Ventris has a slight chill. Oh, Alf, I'm sorry to hear that. She's confined to bed, which means she can't make her daily visit here to see her Auntie Vera.
So you're on as first reserve, eh? Perhaps you'll be pleased to see you.
I like black grapes. I can't eat these.
Sorry.
You young people today. Very thoughtless.
Your blood pressure's up a bit. I'll give Betty a new prescription for you.
I feel fine, Doctor, really.
Of course you do. Fit as a fiddle, Jessie. Oh, I've a real humdinger here.
Zingiber. What does it mean?
Well, it means, Oh, drat, my memory's not what it was. Oh, yes, of course. It's a genus of tropical herbs.
Hello, Mike. What do you think?
Tropical herbs, yes, absolutely, no question.
What brings you here?
I gather you're looking for me.
Yes. Could I have a word? As you appear to have been present around the time of each incident, we wondered whether you saw anything that might help us with our inquiries.
Is this some sort of follow-up from that parking nonsense yesterday?
I'm sorry, I don't understand.
Subtle police harassment,
No, I'm just here to investigate some thefts.
for which you're insinuating I'm responsible.
I didn't say that.
You implied it. I know absolutely nothing about any thefts. I can't assist your inquiries in any way.
So, Councillor Blakeson, how can we help?
Well, I've been making inquiries into Betty Hargreaves, who runs the Ashfordley Nursing Home. Now, I've been in touch with the General Nursing Council in London, and they inform me that Betty Hargreaves is not a qualified SRN. It seems she's lied about her qualifications. In fact, Mr. Watson, she's a bogus nurse.
Gina, have you seen David at all? He's gone missing.
He's over there, Bernie.
There you are. Where have you been? I've been shouting all round the garage for you.
Oh, well, I came over peckish,
Well, this is no time to go stuffing your face. Bob's called. He's got a job for you straight away.
All right. Well, I'm ready then. I'm like a...
Coiled spring.
Ah, that's right. But just one thing, though.
What would that be?
Can I finish my pie first?
You're too late, David. Alfred's had it.
No! Oh, Alfred! Oh, I can't work when I'm hungry. I come over all funny.
You'll have to work or you'll be extremely hungry. Now, come on.
We're aware that she told a white lie on her registration. She was, in fact, previously a nursing auxiliary at a Nottingham hospital.
An auxiliary? She's running an entire nursing home.
She was well thought of by senior staff there. We keep a close eye. You know, the Ashfordley Nursing Home serves the community well. It's the only facility of its kind in the neighbourhood. Betty Hargreaves takes in people who couldn't afford the fees elsewhere. And residents are unanimous in their praise for her as a nurse.
I see. And you turn a blind eye, do you?
She's not the first person to have lied about her qualifications, Councillor.
Maybe not. But in my experience, anyone who can lie about one thing can easily lie about another.
I was alone, I took a ride, I didn't know what I would find there. Another road, maybe I could see another kind of man there. Ooh, and I suddenly see you. Ooh, did I tell you I need you every single day of my life? Got to get you into my life.
What are you playing at? You waved me on! I didn't! Reverse back! Right, sir, we'd like to pull over.
I'm not shifting until I've been examined by a doctor.
What?
I could have a broken neck. Anything. The slightest movement might be fatal.
It's only a small bump, sir. I'm sure you'll be fine.
I demand to be checked by a doctor.
Nicholson's brought the whole town to a standstill by the sound of it. Can you assist, Mike?
Is Craddock in?
Right, I'm on my way.
He's requested a doctor at the scene. Tricia Summerby's on her way.
Have you got a minute?
I'm just having my lunch.
Something I think you should be aware of, Sergeant. Betty Hargreaves.
What about her?
Did you know the County Health Department have turned a blind eye to the fact that she's not a state-registered nurse?
No.
Yes, she lied on her application. She's also benefited from the will of a deceased resident who died with higher than expected levels of morphine in her body. Now, I'm investigating her on behalf of the family. I just thought you should know that. Enjoy your lunch.
What's the problem? He says he won't move until he's been seen by a doctor.
Well, well, Stanley Bates.
Who?
Sign-off Stanley's his nickname, always trying to sign himself off work on any pretext.
I'm not shifting.
How can I help?
He says his neck might be broken.
Okay, let's have a look.
He's trying it on.
Are you aware of any pain anywhere?
It's hard to say.
We will have to have his car moved.
I appreciate that, Mike. The sooner you let me examine him, the better.
Where was this? I see. Right. Well, we'll get someone over there straight away. Yeah, thanks.
Nothing broken. Don't worry, you're fine.
Physically, maybe. What about the trauma? The effects of shock?
If you want a shock, Stanley, I'll give you one and book you for obstruction. Now move it. I did try telling you.
I know, but I still had to check. You seem to be having a frustrating day. Betty Hargreaves tells me you practically accused her of theft. If that's the case, Mike, you've got it wrong.
Oh, Sarge, another theft. A woman's purse was taken while visiting the nursing home.
You've been up at the nursing home, have you, Bradley?
Yes, Sarge. Mrs. Hargreaves denies all knowledge of yesterday's thefts.
Well, there's been another theft. This time from inside the home itself, presumably under your very nose, Bradley. Well done. Right. So you came out here to use the phone. You took the coins from your purse, you went back in to see your mother, and when you came back, the purse was gone. Right, well, you leave it with me, we'll see what we can do. Mrs. Hargreaves, did you notice anybody in the building who shouldn't have been here? Any unfamiliar visitors?
No. We're very quiet at the moment. Hardly any visitors at all.
And which of your staff was on duty?
Just me at the moment.
No. Are you sure you didn't see the purse by the telephone and take it into your office for safekeeping?
Sergeant, I'm getting a little tired of police insinuations.
I know nothing about this purse. All right.
Excuse me, Mrs. Hargreaves.
Ventris? Thought you were on a fishing trip.
No, Sarge. I'm visiting someone. I'm sorry, Mrs. Hargreaves. Has anything been handed in?
No, nothing.
Oh, not to worry. It'll probably be around somewhere.
Something gone missing?
Well, I think I've got a hole in this pocket. It's probably dropped out somewhere. But I'm sure that someone's picked it up.
What have you lost?
My warrant card, Sarge.
Oh, dear.
Bradley? My office now.
The Highways Act, 1834. Five.
Stolen purse, police warrant card missing. It's an increasingly serious matter. Mrs. Hargreaves' attitude is far from cooperative. However, in the light of this and other thefts, she's agreed that it's appropriate for us to check out her premises and advise her on security.
Did she agree to that?
Somewhat reluctantly. I want you to go there and do that. However, your real task will have a more serious purpose.
Sarge?
Well, these petty thefts are bad enough, but I've received potentially more disturbing information about Mrs. Hargreaves.
Alfred, stop fidgeting and keep your hands up.
Is our headache better now?
Oh, yes, thank you.
Good. Remember, you don't have to suffer in silence, you know.
Not much chance of that.
Evening, Alf.
No wisecracks, Mike. I'm not in the mood.
Found your card yet?
No.
You'd have liked my husband. He was a dear soul. Oh, goodness me. What was his name? Oh, it'll come to me. Are you married, Doctor?
No, I'm not.
Well, ladies.
Oh, hello. Ah, hello. Our handsome policeman.
Hello. You take care.
I like a man in uniform, don't you, dear?
Depends on the man, I suppose. Mike?
Evening.
Back again?
Yeah, there's been a couple of thefts. Just checking on security.
What was taken?
A lady's purse.
Containing?
A return bus ticket and 4 shillings in change.
Oh. Does Sergeant Craddock really think that justifies all this police time?
I'm sorry?
The police have been here 3 times today. Not to mention a permanent plainclothes presence.
Alf's got nothing to do with this.
What's going on, Mike?
What do you mean?
Is this to do with Oscar Blaketon's suspicions about the will?
Come on, Jessie, my love. Oh, doctor's here with your new medicine. Soon have you right.
Blaketon's quite wrong about her, you know.
Is Craddock in?
Presume you mean Sergeant Craddock. What's the precise nature of your inquiry?
I'll take that as a yes. Ah, Craddock.
Do you mind?
I've got something for you.
I'm just on my way home.
Betty Hargreaves used to work in a hospital in Nottingham. Now, one of the old ladies she nursed there changed her will just before she died and left Betty £20,000.
Good Lord.
Now, she used this money to buy Ashfordley Nursing Home, which is now filled with other old ladies with other wills to write. It's all in here, in black and white.
Here's your new medicine, Jessie. There we are. Now, you have 40 winks whilst I tidy your room.
Don't tell me how to do my job. Your job is to spot wrongdoing and act on it.
My job is to uphold the law. All you have told me is that Mrs. Hargreaves has been left some money in a legal will and she's used it for legitimate purposes.
She's at it, Craddock. 20,000 from Nottingham, 2,000 from Gladys Dobson. She's swindling old women out of her money.
You have no proof of that, only suspicion.
In my day, suspicion was acted upon. Now get her in here and ask her questions.
Thank you for your information.
Right. I'm going to keep digging away at this, like a good copper should.
Sorry, Sergeant. Barge past me.
You're not paid to be barged past, Nicholson. And don't let me catch you listening at this door again. Get me Bradley on the radio.
Well, I've been having a quiet word with people, Sarge, and she seems well liked.
Tomorrow, get a list of all residents and next of kin.
Bit late for that. Bob says you should go to 29 Overton Street, clear out all the furniture.
Oh, great. Well, I didn't think he'd want me again, you know, not after...
Yeah, well, mind how you go. Lucky they didn't spot that broken headlight yesterday. I'll fix it for you later.
It's nice to be out in the morning when you got somewhere to go. But seeing the same old places that can make you feel so low. Hardwick Green where the grass is grey, Keswick View and Harper Hay, Wally Range where the tomcats roam. They're not the sights of Rome, but it's home. It's nice to be out in the morning when you got somewhere to go. But seeing the same old places that can make you feel so low. Best of the barns where the brass bands blow, home of the heights where the chimneys grow. Bogotol Puff with its concrete flowers. It's not the Taj Mahal, but it's ours.
Morning, Alf. You still here?
I'd say the same for you.
After the theft yesterday, I'm helping tighten up security.
Oh, hi.
Alf, who's Aunt Vera's next of kin? Mrs. Ventris?
Yes, why?
Well, she hasn't mentioned anything about changing her will, has she?
Every other day. Threatens to put a clause in to stop me smoking.
Alfred? I've told you not to mumble.
I was just saying there's a lot of thefts here. You want to put a lock on this?
Too much crime these days. When I were a girl, you could leave things anywhere. Not today. Your generation's got no respect for anything.
When you move in right up close to me, that's when I get the shakes all over me.
It's definitely a word. Isn't it, Constable? Isoniazid.
Isoniazid? I've no idea.
Can't just remember what it means, but it's a word, all right.
She's expecting you. This way, please.
Thank you.
Your solicitor, Jessie.
Hello, how are you?
They've been very good to me here.
That's good. No, I shouldn't take much of your time.
Just wanted to change one or two things. It's all right.
You did? Yes, of course. Whatever you want.
A bit rude to eavesdrop, isn't it?
Well, I was just...
Spying on people?
No. Doing my job.
And what sort of job is it that requires you to listen in on private conversations? Hello, Jessie. How are you today?
Much better. Betty's made me feel as right as rain again.
Good, good.
I only just popped out for a paper. Where did they get in? Through front door. Old as brass.
Wasn't locked, man.
That's it. Blame me. Where are you at when you're wanted?
Mr. Bates, please.
Funny, innit? When it comes to intimidating road accident victims, you're mob-handed. When it comes to protecting ratepayers' property, not nowhere to be seen.
Mr. Bates, please. I'll need a list of all the items that went missing.
They've had the lot. Tables, chairs, three-piece suite, my grand's painting off wall, my prized tiger rug.
You what?
Tiger rug. A rug made out of tiger skin.
Well, they must have had a lorry. Or a van.
Brilliant. Sherlock Holmes would be proud of you. Of course, they had a lorry or a van, and you should be out there looking for it.
Hey, stop!
Why didn't you pull over the first time?
Oh, I was just being careful, man. Last time you waved me on, I had a crash.
Hope that tiger's dead.
It's not a real tiger, it's just a rug with a tiger's head on.
Oh, is it really? The reason I pulled you over is one of your headlights is broken.
All right, well, Mr. Scripps is going to fix that for me.
You just make sure he does. On you go.
I appreciate it's a difficult job, but the police do rub people up the wrong way sometimes.
Yeah, well, once a copper, always a copper.
I think you could be right there. You and Phil still seem to get on well.
Yeah, I suppose we do, really.
And there hasn't been anyone else?
What, round here? No, I've given up on men.
Well, what about Mike?
Well, what about him? He's not my type.
Oh?
I think he goes for the more professional type.
Don't look at me.
Sorry to interrupt. I've just received an urgent phone call trying to locate you.
What is it?
Your patient, Jessie Outram, has just died.
Oh, no.
Is this up at the nursing home?
She was fine when I saw her earlier. I'll get over there straight away.
I wonder who this one's left her money to.
Any idea of the cause of death?
Not at this stage.
Terrible shock. A lovely old lady.
May I ask what her solicitor was doing here earlier?
I believe she was signing a new will. Excuse me, I have other residents to attend to.
Sure. So, what happens now?
I think this is one for the coroner.
Does that mean you're not happy with the circumstances of the death?
Yeah, I suppose it does.
Right, thanks for your help.
Morning.
Oh, morning. How can I help you?
Is Sergeant Craddock in? I've had the preliminary post-mortem report.
Yeah.
She died of unexpected heart failure, but there's something of concern. Traces of the antihypertensive drug propranolol were found in her blood.
Why is that of concern?
I've never prescribed propranolol for Jessie. I don't know how it got there.
Who'd have given Jessie her medication? Mrs. Hargreaves?
Yes.
Could this propranolol have brought on the heart failure?
Very unlikely. It might have lowered her blood pressure, that's all, but it shouldn't have been in her system.
So someone gave her the wrong medication?
It would seem so.
Well, the question is, was that negligence or was it deliberate?
There is one other thing, Sarge. I spoke to her solicitor this morning, and Jessie has left the nursing home £3,000.
Anything else I can get you, Daphne?
I'd adore a nice cup of tea.
I just brought you one.
Oh, quite forgotten. Dearie me.
Can I have a word in private, please, Mrs. Hargreaves?
In a moment. I don't know why you lot don't just move in here and become residents.
I thought you were on leave.
I am.
It doesn't look like it. Why don't you go home?
Well, Mrs. Ventris keeps on finding me jobs to do. This way, she thinks I'm up at the nursing home and have a bit of peace and quiet.
Well, it won't be quiet for long if we don't get Stanley Bates' stuff back. We'll never hear the last of it.
Knowing him, he'll probably try and sue you.
Broad daylight. In and out. Gear on the back of a lorry and away.
Have you checked with Division? It might have struck elsewhere.
I have nothing. Should have seen the place half stripped bare. Tables, chairs, three-piece suite. Even took his tiger rug.
Tiger rug?
Yeah.
On a lorry?
Yeah.
I stopped a lorry yesterday with furniture. Tables, chairs...
Three-piece suite, tiger rug.
When? Where?
He had a broken headlight.
Jessie wasn't on propranolol.
Perhaps she was given another resident's medication in error.
Nobody here has that prescription.
Is this your medicine cabinet?
Yes. It's always kept locked.
Who has the key?
Just me. I keep them with me all the time.
May I see inside, please?
You won't find propranolol in here.
Does Jessie have any visitors that might have given her medicine?
No.
She hardly had any visitors. She was a spinster, no family to speak of.
I gather she's leaving you some money.
Not me personally. The home.
She's not the first resident to die and leave you money, is she? What motivates their generosity, would you say?
Who knows? When people get old these days, their families often find them an inconvenience. They stick them away in homes, expecting people like me to care for them.
Which, of course, you do.
It may sound corny, but I look after every resident as if they were my own family.
Bradley, get me copies of Jessie Outram and Gladys Dobson's post-mortem reports, will you? Then I'll decide what action to take.
Right, Sarge.
Another one's died up there, Craddock. Are you convinced now?
I am not going to discuss police business with you, Mr. Blaketon.
This is the sort of story that gets in the Sunday papers. People start asking how come she's got away with it for so long. And the reason is that certain so-called coppers I know are too slow to catch a cold.
Well, I said Mr. Scripps is going to fix it.
It's not about the headlight, David.
Look, I got him a job. House clearing. What's he supposed to have done?
Cleared a house.
Oh, well, this is like the house, but it were number 29 I went to. I know it were.
You stole Stanley Bates' property. You entered his house without consent and took the lot.
Look, there's obviously been some mistake. I wrote number 29 on a piece of paper for him.
No, I mean, I checked twice it were number 29.
Where did you take it all, David?
Bad news. The items on this list have all been auctioned off.
So who's bought them?
Lots of different people.
Names, addresses.
It's a cash auction. People pay their money and they go. This stuff could be anywhere by now.
Right. Well, we'll have to sort this down at the station, David.
Well, I've done nothing wrong.
Come on, David.
Afternoon, Vera.
You're late, Alfred.
I just popped into the ironmonger's. I thought you'd feel safer if you had your bits and pieces under lock and key.
Oh, a sensible idea for once, Alfred. That'll keep everyone's things safe.
Not everyone's, just your locker, Vera. What's all this?
Put them back. I'm keeping things safe for people.
Where'd you get these?
They were left lying around. I picked them up for safekeeping. Otherwise, anyone would have stolen them.
You sold the lot and it could be anywhere. Me tiger rug, me three-piece. I'd only just bought that.
It's not even in one piece, your three-piece. I believe the armchairs went in separate lots from the sofa.
It's theft. I'm pressing charges.
Well, we're sure David here made a genuine mistake.
That's right.
Yeah, well, your funny door number.
I want him locked up.
Weren't you insured? Can't you get anything back on that?
200 quid had me contents insured for to barely cover it. Never mind all the inconvenience.
You left your front door open. The insurance might not pay up. Contributory negligence.
That settles it. I want him charged.
Well done, Big Mouth.
You're forgetting something. The furniture was sold. There's money due.
How much?
Well, Bob tells me the whole contents went for just under £700.
700 quid?
It was something valuable. Apparently attracted a couple of dealers.
Oh, very that tiger rug.
It was the watercolour painting. Seems they thought it was worth a bob or two.
Really? The gran give me that painting. Couldn't stand it, miss then.
Bumped it up quite a lot. You'll clear, over £650 after auctioneer's fees, etc.
There you are, Stanley. Drop the charges and consider it a sale. Refit your house out with new stuff and make a little profit.
Yeah, actually, not a bad idea.
There's Craddock about.
But he's in his office.
Everything reported lost or stolen was found in her locker.
I see.
Well, she genuinely thought that she was helping people by picking things up that had been left lying around.
Oh, that just may be. Anyone who had property stolen will have it returned to them. I'll suggest that under the circumstances they leave it at that. But it will be up to them. Come in.
Sarge, Mike on the radio. He's got the post-mortem report.
Both show unexpected anomalies.
Right. Meet me up there in 15 minutes.
Right, Sarge.
Here are the files you wanted, Sarge.
Thank you. Right. I'm going to take Mrs. Hargreaves into custody. It's time we got to the bottom of all this.
Excuse me. Sarge, I'd better put Dr. Summerby in the picture.
Right. This way, please.
Dr. Summerby, have you got a moment?
Of course.
Just so that you're aware, Betty's agreed to come in voluntarily for further questioning.
I see.
Oh, it is a word, Constable.
I'm sorry?
Isoniazid. The other day I had it, but couldn't remember what it meant.
Oh, yes, that's right.
It came to me later. Isoniazid's a drug. Isonicotinic acid hydroside, to be exact. Used against tuberculosis.
Is it? Well done.
How do you know that, Daphne?
Oh, I learned it at Tommy's.
Tommy's? You were at St Thomas's Medical School?
Well, of course. You can't become qualified without training. You should know that.
You were a doctor?
I still am. My husband was a surgeon. Dear old. Henry. Yes, that's it. Henry.
What do you mean you still are a doctor? Haven't you retired?
No, never retire whilst you can be of use. I treat people all the time. Discreetly, of course. Wouldn't want to upset Betty. She's a dear. Oh, look! And a triple word score, too.
Syringes, ampules of morphia, propranolol. Oh, Daphne.
I'll go and call Sergeant Craddock.
She only became my patient fairly recently, but her memory's deteriorating. She's in the early stages of senile dementia.
You owe you an apology, Mrs. Hargreaves.
Perhaps I should have been more aware, but I had no idea what she was up to.
I can't believe I didn't notice she was a qualified doctor. Thinking about it, there were giveaway signs. What happens to her now?
Well, Daphne's actions didn't actually cause their deaths. We know that from the post-mortems.
However, I don't think there's any need for any further police action in this matter. However, I do want the contents of this bag properly dealt with. All right.
All right, I apologise. I did jump the gun a bit with Betty.
I think it's always advisable to leave police work to the police.
All the same, I was right. There was something funny going on. And if it weren't for me, you might not have found out before some real tragedy happened.
As soon as we got the post-mortem reports, we acted. That would have happened with or without your information. Now, if you'll excuse me.
You know, in my day in this job, we came to rely on the public to be our eyes and ears. Surprising what you can learn.
Well, never have much luck, Mr. Vernon. Me, we always seem to lose money.
Yeah, it's usually mine.
Well, we've done all right this time. So, drinks all round.
That's what I like to hear, David.
Where did you get that?
Oh, well, Stanley reckons if it hadn't been for my mistake, he wouldn't have had his stroke of good fortune. So give us 10 quid.
You better fill me up then, gorgeous.
And you better be careful I don't pour this over your head.
I just had a gut feeling about Betty. She's a good, caring person, you can tell.
Sure, but we still had to do our job.
Of course. Your work seems really important to you.
Well, I'm sure you feel the same about yours.
Yeah. Funny, chatting to Daphne just now made me think, though.
Oh, yeah? In what way?
Well, she and her husband put everything into their work. Yeah, they never had a family, and now she's left all alone.
Yeah, well, she's had a pretty fulfilling life. I mean, she's experienced a lot, she's learnt a lot, and she's pretty hot at Scrabble, too.
She took a bit of a shine to you, actually, so she can't have learned that much.
Yeah, well, she is suffering from senile dementia.
It's been a long day.
You got time for a drink?
No, I'd better get home.
I could rustle up some supper.
Thanks, but I've already made arrangements.
Oh.
No, Phil, he's coming round later. There's a football match on the telly.
Right, of course. Some other time, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be nice. Night.
Night.